So this is a product review video for a dual camera dash cam. We're going to take a quick look at some of the features of this camera. While this camera can be used by any type of driver, we're going to see how useful it is to those who are in the trucking industry. Alright, this is a review of the Falcon Electronics dual DVR dash cam. So this camera is unique in that it utilizes two cameras at once. So you get front view and rear view at the same time to record. The second cam is weatherproof. It comes with a 30-foot cable. And the cable is actually, it is 30 feet. It's really long. So let's see how this works. So upon first power up, whether electronic or if you are just plugging your AC in or out, depending on how your truck is wired, we see that it fires up and right away it starts recording. As we can see there in the top corner, it's already recording. Now the first view you get when the rear camera is plugged in, it starts showing us the front camera view, and here in the picture-in-picture is what the rear camera sees. Now to change that setup, if you push this top button here on the right, now you can see it switch camera. So now the main view is the rear camera and the top right is the front. If we push it again, now we only see the rear, and one more time, now we only see the front. Regardless of which camera view setup you have, it will always record both feeds anyway. Should an accident happen that shakes the truck or maybe breaks the windshield, this camera is built in with what they call a G sensor, which will sense the movement and lock in that recording. So no matter, if it keeps recording and loops over, it will always lock that initial feed. So you don't have to worry about losing it. Now aside from an accident, maybe you see something happen that doesn't shake your truck, you can also activate the lock mode by pushing this SOS button in the middle left, and now you see it has the lock icon at the top, so that's letting us know that the video is all again locked in. You don't have to worry. Alright, now aside from the lock mode, if you're parked and your power is still onto the camera and you want to record anything that might happen in the yard you're parked at, you can also hold down the up button, and there we see it stopped the recording, and it's now the symbol has been a little man symbol. So whenever it senses movement, it will start recording. Now we can see out in the yard, there's a truck way out there moving. I think that's a forklift, and we can see it's not recording. So you can adjust the sensitivity based on how far or perhaps how close the movement is. So if a dog runs across, it won't view, but if a vehicle or if a person is making some movement, it will again record. And that is when it's on the person mode. So I think even if I move my hand there, we can see there, now it started recording because it sensed movement. So it seems like that works quite well. And there, now it stopped because it stopped the movement. So it runs for about 5 to 10 seconds. And if it doesn't sense any more movement, then it stops. So now if we hold down this again, it will cancel that off. We can push OK, and it'll continue on recording for us. Now if while you're driving, you want the screen to shut off so it's not bothering you at night, there are settings you can set in there. So after so many minutes, after it first powers on, I believe it's actually even down to seconds, 30 seconds or so, the screen will shut off. Otherwise, if you have that shut off, you can manually turn it off just by holding the OK button in the top left corner. Hold that for a few seconds, and the screen shuts off. And we can see that it is still recording. So if we turn it back on, there we go. So recordings. This camera, you can buy it directly off of the Falcon Electronics website, which we will add a link to. Value of it is around, even Canadian, around $100. So a camera like this is a great value to put in your truck, especially since it monitors front and back. I talked to ICBC, and while you won't get any deal on your insurance, they highly recommend dash cams because in some cases when they can't determine the fault of an accident, they split it 50-50. And if all it would have taken was just $100 spent towards a decent dash cam, it could have saved one of those persons hundreds and hundreds of dollars had they had a dash cam recording the accident. So a very decent camera. The buttons, the make of it, everything feels solid. The software runs smoothly. There's no lag. It's not a touch screen, but the buttons work well, and it doesn't take much to get things going. So to slide this out of here, it just clips to the side. There we go. And it just comes out like that. So very nice. There's the front of the camera there. It's got the little infrared sensors on this guy and a fairly wide angle lens, as you can see. So it picks up a lot. So depending on where you mount it, you can gain a little bit more space in one way or the other, but it comes out and goes in quite nice. So maybe if you're going to park your truck for a while and you worry about people wanting to steal it, you can easily just disconnect this and move it away. So the mount is quite decent. You can see here it just comes with your basic screen mount, and it just clips in here quite nicely. So even if there's road vibrations, you don't have to worry about this constantly needing adjustment. It holds it quite firmly there. So again, there's a camera of the view, so you see it's a nice shot of, in this case, a flat deck trailer. So if we had a load on there, we could monitor that, and we still have lots of room on either side to see any lanes of traffic, or if you're backing up or parked, you can keep a close watch on the contents of your trailer and your surrounding area. So yeah, I'm very happy with this camera. I think it's a good quality and it should last a long time.